Did she make it herself, or was it takeaway?
Wait, did you make it yourself? Okay, not her aunt, but anyway.
Oh, I'm really hungry, and I miss my mom now.
Okay. Anyway, let's get back to it. So,
Cool.
for all of those who are new to Jira, so Jira is a software where you work in collaborations. It's mostly based on a Scrum approach of developing. So, if you're wondering what Scrum, so there are a lot of methodologies which we deploy when it comes to software development. It's not like in when you work in company, you just don't like think there's a feature and you just do it. It doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
because some particular features take a long time and they require a lot of documentation how they are done and how they are tested as well. So things like Jira, it sounds like a little too much or a little too overkill on documenting things, but I feel like when you're developing a project, it's really important, even if it's a personal project or even if you're working in a company.
Yeah.
Going through this Scrum process of doing things makes it right. So
Right. I see.
yeah, let's see what we have here. So when you log into Jira, as you know, you get a website name, which is a .atlassian.net. So you have a Jira account. In that, you can have multiple projects and multiple boards. Like for example, I have my Jira account and I have the project which we are working on right now, which is Scrambler V2. That's not a final name for our project. That's just a dummy name which we gave right now, but we'll agree on a name soon. So there, and as you can see, I added an in testing column. So
Just to interrupt you a bit, okay? Can you possibly show me and the viewers how to actually create a board, as in
yeah,
a board
that's good.
first?
Yeah. So
If you go
let's
to
go on all
projects, okay,
projects,
cool.
and we go on create project. Um,
Right.
right. Okay. So when it comes down to creating a board, there's a lot of different methodologies as well. So generally, Kanban is a methodology which is used for long-term projects. Like, let's say your project is a 6-month long project, and it's gonna keep following a pattern, and it's not gonna be really dynamic. Like, there will be a pattern. So that's where you kind of deploy Kanban. Scrum is when you do a sprint. So for people who don't know what sprint is when you sit down for like it's kind of like a hackathon, you can say, but like really get work done, and you just there's a very dynamic environment. So that's when you deploy a Scrum board. Bug tracking is as sound it is. You just kind of list all your bugs. That comes down when you use this board when you're in production and you have bugs, or when you're in so then bug tracking is probably a good board to use. But as we know, our project is going to take a lot of time, so it only makes sense that we use a Kanban board.
Cool. That makes
Cool.
sense.
So as it says, Kanban is a word for visual signals, and this is kind of what you might have in a Kanban, though you can edit your task type. Um, you can create a workflow as well. We'll see how to do that as well. And yeah, and then you continuously deploy this agile methodology. All
Right.
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 So it's really important to choose a good project type. As it sounds, company managed project types are for kind of like an expert configuration in the sense that there's a lot of hierarchy involved in a company managed one. It is for smaller teams inside a company. Say you work at Amazon, but you work for the software development for this exact particular feature in then you'd be looking at something like a team man configuration. So as we are a small team and We don't have a hierarchical configuration, so we are going with a team managed project. Um, let's name.
Karthik, would you possibly have any external microphone? Because your voice is as in being pressed and then released, being pressed and then released. I don't
Okay,
know why.
yeah. 1 second. I can put on earphones.
Okay, yeah, we can try that as well. I think we might have to edit this video a bit because I spoke about a completely different thing what we will be doing at the start.
Right.
So this is just as in there now.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. Uh,
Is it
say
better?
again. A bit better, I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. Do you want me to go back and repeat, or was it audible enough?
I think just go back and do a really fast track one.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. All right. Um. So yeah, as we just talked about that, we're gonna have an account, and you're gonna
Yeah.
have a lot of board associated to your account.
Hmm.
Um. So it's really important to choose the right type of template for your board. Kanban is usually for long-term development.
Hmm.
Scrum is for when you want to sprint. In the sense that sprint is when all the developers really get down to and get work done in a short period of time. Bug tracking is when you're in beta testing or alpha testing and you wanna test to your bugs when software is kind of developed. So for us, we have a long-term project, so Kanban is the only one which makes
Yeah.
sense.
Exactly.
All right, so let's use this template. Um, we talked about company managed and team managed workflows. Company managed are employed when there is a huge hierarchical need on a company level, which means that there's going to be a lot of hierarchy in which people are managed. Team managed is for smaller teams, maybe inside a company or individual like us. Um, so it only makes sense that if you're doing a personal project, you might want to just go for a team managed project. All right. So let's name this
Perfect.
board demo. You can edit your key. Demo looks fine to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Just go
Let's create a
and
board.
create.
All right.
There you go.
So when you create a board, you will get this basic um, basic kind of template, and they do it on purpose so that you can go ahead and edit yourself. So even if you want to create an issue right now, you won't have a lot of issue types or tasks, which is fine. So once you have decided that you want to work in a agile or scrum method, it's really important that you go ahead and add a column which is called in testing because so what this means is that you want to take a feature or you want to take a task, um, make it in progress and then test it as you're going through the project rather than what was the trivial way to do it that devs sit down and make the project up and then at the end they start testing. But this turns out to be a bit of a problem because it only makes sense to test smaller or unit pieces of your software rather than doing it in one go and spending
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Exactly
So
right. Yeah.
um, if we go on issue types and we go on manage issue types, you can see that there is a task and there's an epic. But there's going to be a lot more when you start developing stuff. Maybe
Mm.
you're working on a task, maybe you're working on a bug, maybe you're working on something personal which you need to learn. So it's important that you add issue types. So um, as you know, we are developing a software, so there's going to be problems, and it's only important that we have a issue type for the bug. So let's add that to our issue type. Then would you mind muting your mic? I think it's too close to your, yeah, cool. Sorry about that. Thanks for that, Jen. Um, cool. So a story is a functionality or a feature, you can say, or you can kind of name it as a to-do thingy for you. Like, let's say you're developing a software, but there's something which you don't know. For me, for example, I'm working on a project and I don't know what Circle CI is. So in my Jira board, it is registered as a story. So let's add that, and you can go ahead and change the name of it. Let's say it is a to learn um, thing in my. Uh, that's what I want to do. Like it's something which I want to learn. So instead of task, we can have a feature work for us. And when it comes down to these things, there's a lot of things which you need to consider that. So what an assignee is. Okay, we'll come to that later on. And we have subtasks, of course. Subtasks are, let's say, my main task is connecting DynamoDB to API, but there are subtasks like connecting this controller to DynamoDB or maybe solving a bug in AWS, which we are getting. So subtasks are basically just a hierarchical way that there's this major task, but it involves a lot of smaller tasks which need to be resolved first. Cool. So I think for our project as of now, feature, bug, and to learn is something which we can have a good start with. Of course, we can come back and add a lot of stuff. So if we go back to the demo board and let's say I create an issue, which is connecting or actually communicating um, front end with back end. All right. So as we know, this is a second. It's unassigned right now, but okay. So I change that it's a feature. Um, oh yeah, that's how I do it. I forgot to add the feature tab. Just 1 second. I'll go ahead and do it. All right. So if we add an issue tab, and of course, that's kind of a functionality, so it'll be a story, and we'll call it. Oh wait, we have. Oh, okay. I know what's happening.
I think we already have the feature type there, isn't it?
Yeah. So that is not a story. That is a task type.
Hmm.
Um, so it is a like everything is a task, but we do need a story. 1 second.
So what's the difference between a task and a feature then?
Um, Everything in Jira is a task. Like a bug is a task. What you have to go ahead and learn is this task, but feature is just like, okay, this is a feature which I need to add in my front end. Like, let's say that you have to add this button in your front end. That's a feature. And that's a task as well. So,
So you're saying that the task and feature are basically the same thing, is it?
even a bug is a task. Like, even a
Yeah,
bug is a task.
yeah. So I'm just a bit confused. Why have task as a different issue type and a bug as a different one then? If a bug is also a task,
So, let's say this is task
yeah?
and bug, feature, and to learn comes all under it. So that's why they have a different issue type. But the task is the above in the hierarchy in the sense that task is the superset of all the feature types which you're gonna have.
Okay, cool. Understood.
Cool. So if we go back to it and um, I'll just go ahead and delete this for now and we'll create it again. So if we go here and as you can see, this is a feature and let's say making our front end communicate to back end. All right. Um, so as you can see that I'm the reporter and this what this means is that I created this and this is really important because when this ticket moves in a lot of columns and maybe moves back when it fails testing, it comes in progress again. It's really important to make sure that who reported it, in the sense that who wrote it.
Hmm.
So this thing comes down. This comes really important when the ticket moves around a lot. Um, so let's see assign. So you're gonna have a lot of developers working in a team, or maybe a lot of testers, or even for that matter, product owners. And so Jira works in the sense that this is one task, and if you assign this to me, that means that I have to go ahead and read this, and this is probably something which I should be looking at. This sounds very trivial, but I've worked in a Jira environment in a company, and a lot of people tend to miss this. Like a lot of people tend to kind of forget, and I've done it as well. I've done it a lot of times that I just do my task, and maybe it is for someone else. Like when it's in progress, the software developers are working on it, and when it's in testing, maybe the testers are working on it. And there's actually should be one more column that ready um, for release, which means that this feature has been tested and it has passed testing. But when things pass testing, that doesn't mean that they are deployed on production just that second. Um, so what happens when you're developing stuff? You might want to cluster a lot of features together and push it to production at once. Not because see when you deploy something to production, there's things like code build or code deploy, which things take place, and it's really a pain to do it for every single feature. So you keep a lot of tickets together in ready for release, which means that they have been put to staging environment, but they are not really in production. That means your end user can't really see it for now, and when they're being released, and maybe releasing it is a job for a developer, not for a tester. So that's where the assignee column comes. Maybe Zen is a developer and I was a tester, so I'll assign it to Zen. And when Zen is ready to push it to production and he has done it, he just goes and put it to done. And the important part is to unassign it as well. So this was a life cycle of a feature being taken from just being reported to being in progress, as in being in developed, tested, and pushed to staging and then released.
And I think we should have one more column saying in review, as in or
Yeah,
code
let's do
review.
it. Yeah, let's do peer review. So Jen made a really good point here. So before stuff is gone for testing, or maybe after even it's tested, it really depends on how you want to work. A lot of people prefer that. So obviously, when you're working in teams, there are junior devs and there are senior devs, and as a junior dev, you are gonna do a job, but it's not that your senior devs don't trust you or something like that. But it's really important for the company's point of view that, and even the code which senior devs write, it is being reviewed by other senior devs who because every feature kind of relates to other features which other developers may be working on. So it only makes sense that other developers look at that so that When you are doing integration testing, that means to see how well your code integrates with each other. This column peer review really comes handy because your developers had make sure that you are using the right libraries or you're coding in the right method so that it does pass the integration testing.
And
So
also just one more thing that I wanted to highlight about the peer review stage is that I think one of the reasons as well why we especially as junior devs have to make sure that we get our code reviewed by someone senior or even mid level dev is because they've already worked in the company longer than us, so they know the as in overall systems picture and all the other moving components. It's not that no one in the company trusts you, but if say for example I go recruited in a company say a month ago and I was given a functionality and I did it, I would only focus via common sense on that functionality. But if you get the code review, first of all you will get to know about the best practices from someone else's practical experience, and second of all they can actually make sure that the code that you've written it doesn't from their level of understanding of the whole system it doesn't break some other functionality that's already working. So yeah, that's also is a good way to do as in a good reason to do peer review as well.
cool, yeah, that was a really good point. Then that's really true. Like when you're working in a company, let's say, I mean, it only is good that you get a review or get a feedback for what you did. So yeah, really good point. So yeah, this is probably life cycle how a feature goes through in agile or let's say a scrum methodology. Let's look at other features which Jira has to offer, of course. So you can go ahead and make a team as well in the sense that
I'm
maybe
sorry to interrupt you, Karthik. I think I almost forgot one other step, and that was to do with the quality assurance, which is the QA. So they just basically ensure that the code, I mean, not the code itself, from my understanding, and I might be wrong here, but they just make sure that the software overall with those functionality is performing to a certain standard.
yeah, that's true. Um, so when I was working where I used to work, when I joined, I was given a document called coding standards, which meant that exactly how the company used to code. Like there's the name of the functions, like how you have to name those functions, or how you have to kind of design a particular code because code can be same code can be written in like at least 20 ways. I don't want to exaggerate, say 1,000, but like a hello world code can be written in 20 ways. So writing long complex code and still maintaining a consistency. So companies tend to issue a coding standard document, and peer review is where it comes down, and that thing is checked that the company's coding standard methodologies have been used or not. So yeah, that was a good talk. Cool. Should we go ahead and look at other features of Jira? Wait, can you hear me then?
Yes, I just muted myself because you were
Oh,
talking. That's why. Yeah. So yeah, good to go and well done on the really good, precise explanation as well.
Cool. So when you're working in a team, let's say this is a board, and let's say this is a company board, or this is your project board. All the front end and back end and testing or project management or product owner issues would be here in this column. And it's good to make sure that these people who have a different let's say like a different purpose in their team are in the company or in the project are separated in teams so that they can focus on what they need to do. So Jira does really a good job in if you go to people and if you go to start a team and let's say I am in the backend team. Sorry about that. Right. And let's say I want to invite Zen to my backend team because he and me are working on the backend team. So now that even if our project has a lot of types of people like front end devs or back end devs or testers, um, it's clear that Zen and me are in the back end team. So you can assign stuff to teams as well, and then they can sort it out. So if we go out and filter the backend team issues, then we would be able to do that. So Jira does a really good job in team management as well, and that's probably uh, um, most of the reason why it's employed in a lot of companies. So let's see, and let's go ahead and see what our workflow is. Um, all right. Um, that's our board. Second, I forget how. Oh yeah, manage workflow. All right. So this was the workflow which we created right now. Um, So of course everyone has a different workflow. So Jira has a kind of place where you can have a template, like you can have like five different workflows. You can make them and keep deploying on different kind of your projects or different boards. So yeah, that's probably a workflow, and you can go ahead and change stuff in these workflows and add, or you can have transitions in these workflows and as well, or you can have rules in them. So I don't want to go into that because that's really specific stuff. And if you're working on a personal project, and even if you're working on a company, you're probably not gonna do that. That's on a company, higher company level. But all right. One other thing which is really cool about Jira is the Jira apps. So Jira has a big marketplace. I'll go into that later, but one of the things I really like about Jira is its Jira Slack integration. So let's go to that. Right. So a lot of people tend to use Slack for their company-wide communication, and that's probably the best software. I know there are a lot of other softwares out there, but I feel like Slack does the best job when it comes down to these things. So what Jira has done is that um, it's really important that you're keep kept posted on what issues um, you keep getting, because if you're working full time on a project or even if you're working full time in a company, this board is really dynamic. Though it looks really empty right now, but there are like 15 or 20 tickets which move around this board every day, and you want to make sure that you are kept up to date with these tickets as soon as they are moved or as soon as they are assigned to you. So um, Jira Slack integration is just a basic way of getting a message from Jira. It's just a basic API. We'll go and talk about Jira API and how you can use it yourself as well. I know one of my friend, what he did was use Jira API, and he used to get a message on WhatsApp because he was active on WhatsApp mostly. So he used to get a message on WhatsApp as a ticket was moved or something like that. So um, Jira is really developer friendly as well. So we'll go into that as well. So as you can see, let's say there's this team, and you can control your tasks here as well. And this sounds really trivial right now, but when you are working constantly on Slack and like there's like a lot of stuff happening on Slack, people are talking, and this is being happening. It's really helpful. Just only the Jira can mention your ticket here. So that's basically Jira Slack integration, and you can find it on Atlassian's marketplace. Apparently, I already have it, so I can't go ahead and install it again, but I can show you where you can get it. Um, yeah, I already have it, so you just get it on Atlassian marketplace. But yeah, um, let's go ahead and talk about Jira API. Um,
Cool. Sounds good.
right. So Jira has two kind of APIs, which it wants you to do, wants you to support because Jira is, I think, built on Java, if I'm not wrong. Um, let's see what its tech stack is. Um, I'm not sure what it is, but our professors told us. Yep. So Jira is built on Java, so it only makes sense that um, they want you to encourage to use Java APIs. And I can see why they want to do it because there's more stuff which you can do with the Java APIs rather than REST APIs, but it's fine. I know a lot of people are comfortable using REST APIs, and you can do as much as required with the REST APIs. So when you sign up, you can go ahead and get a token for your particular board, and there's a really good documentation. I don't think it's this one. There's like a proper documentation. Oh yeah, yeah. So you can use JSON tokens to kind of send a thing like this. I don't think I can show you. Is there any online images? Yeah. Um, there's not really.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fantastic information, but I think we might keep it to the a bit
Yeah.
basics rather than going into a bit more of an advanced v-
All right.
version. And for the advanced
Yeah.
version, we can always create another video afterwards. Mhm.
Cool. So that was all about REST APIs. If you guys want to know more, just hit us up. We'll try to help you out. Anyway, getting back to the board. So next thing which I want to talk about is the Atlassian marketplace. This is a really good place because it is open for anyone who wants to develop, and Atlassian itself really tries to keep a lot of stuff coming in. So let's see. So um, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're working in a company, just like a normal company, and you have versions of your app, and let's say you wanna deploy something to document your testing. That's a good example, let's say. So you can just go to test management and I used this tool before. So let's say I wanna use Zephyr and I'll go ahead and just say try it for free. Um, yep, I'll just log in. All right. Yep. So I wanna
Just
do it
make
on my
sure
local.
you don't forget to cancel it afterwards. Otherwise, they might
Yeah.
charge you, I think. Do they?
No, no, so we haven't put any card in there right now.
Okay, cool.
So yep. After 30 days. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cancel it. So yeah, so what it'll do is it'll go ahead and refresh this board. Should have been finished. Just take 2 minutes. Um, all right, there we go. So um, we have these additional features as well. So I'm just giving you an example that let's say you are developing a project and document your testing. People do that for different reasons, just to have a track of how you tested your product. Because when you want to actually release it to the market and you want to get your patents or I don't know, like other stuff you want to prove that it's work right, these documentations really comes handy. Um, so let's go to Sapphire Squad. I mean, I'm just giving you an example of one. I'm not kind of favoring this software. There's like a million other um, issues or like software which are on Atlassian Marketplace. Let's dismiss this. I know how this works, so it's fine. Okay, yeah. So the project. Wait, you don't want that. Yep, yep. So it's just an example of how, let's say, the Fire Squad has a project automation functionality. So these things could be deployed to, and your tickets can interact with each other. And these marketplace apps have the capabilities to move your tickets or go ahead and just have a little bit of control to help you automate a lot of your agile workings. So I think that's enough for us to talk about Jira as of now. You guys can go ahead and explore Jira yourself. It's really helpful. And yeah, this is probably what we use as in our project right now to make it successful. So yeah, Jen, you want to take it from here?
Cool, Karthik. That was a brilliant explanation. Thanks for that. I learned a lot just by listening to you, so which was pretty much handy. So what we are now going to do is just create an issue that
Okay.
we're going to be working on. So
Yeah.
if you want to
So
go and do that, you
I'll go ahead and delete this board though, the demo board. So one more thing, in case you deleted your board by mistake, Jira keeps your data for 60 days. And exactly after 60 days, your data is permanently moved to trash. So there's no way in the world you can recover it. Cool. And I'll go ahead and uninstall the Fire Squad as well.
Mhm.
Um, all right. Waiting to load Fire Squad.
Yeah.
All right. Mm, and there we are. Okay. Um, so that's done. You can go ahead and continue the trial as well if you want. Right. So go to view all projects, and this is the current project which we are building right now, and as you guys are following as well. So
Probably you want to create the first task, as in learn the basics of Fetch API because I don't know that at the moment, so I'm
yeah,
gonna learn by doing it.
yeah. So let's say our first task is learn fetch API. Is that right?
Yeah, learn Fetch API basics.
That's weird. Oh, okay. We didn't create the issue types on this board. I'll just go ahead
Ah,
and
yeah,
quickly
yeah, true.
bug is fine, and
Are you hearing me too loudly?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Task. Oh, sorry. Feature. Um, to learn. All right. So And is there anything else? Yeah, that's it.
No, that'll be all.
All right. So to learn, um,
Fetch
let's see.
API.
Right, and it's a to learn feature, and oh, sorry. Right. So let's say this is assigned to Zen.
Mm-hmm.
One thing which I'm not sure about, can I assign a um
Multiple people.
to multiple people? Yeah, I'm just looking into that. Assigning, I don't think you can.
Hmm. I don't think you can either. Can you assign the task to multiple people? Jira. You cannot. No, you can't. I thought so. It's
Um,
impossible.
okay,
Yeah,
so I guess we need to write
that's
an
fine.
email to you, but that's fine. Sorry about that. My earphones fell off. Yeah, but I think you can assign it to teams. So,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not gonna go into that because
No,
it's just
no.
fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Okay, cool. And then the second task we would have to do is it would be to make the backend talk to make the front end talk to backend.
okay, yeah. So that thing is gonna have a lot of subtasks as well, but we'll see what
Yeah,
we can do.
yeah, of course, of course. And we
All
can
right.
actually break into subtasks.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and
There we
add
go.
child issues. Um,
Um,
I think we need to
right.
create the issues first. So give me an example. Give me what we need to do in the subtask.
In the subtask, we need to post the board
Okay.
name from the front end to the back end.
Okay. So post the front end to the back end.
Post the board name
All right. Okay. Sorry, I missed that.
from the front end to the back end.
Right. So wait,
Task, yeah.
that's a feature. Oops. All right. So if we go here and do add a child issue and choose an existing, yeah, okay, that's interesting.
I
What's
think
the key?
you have to
If we
type it, isn't it? Yeah, you need to type if I'm not wrong.
pretty sure you can search by key, but
Okay.
that's
Order.
interesting. Okay. All right. I think we need to configure some more things, but for now, let's do this. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm,
go
yeah,
link post board name.
go ahead and delete this one.
Okay, that's fine. I, I had an other idea, but don't
Yeah, go ahead.
don't worry about it now.
Okay.
Because I'm
Um,
not even sure that it would work itself. So
what is it
that's
though?
why. I was just gonna say that maybe we can go to the child task and then link a parent task to that one, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah. Is there any option
So you
to?
can say link issue
Oh, I
down.
didn't see that. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, let's do. Um, So we could have done it for in the sense that let's say we have an issue for now and we don't
Go
need
to the drop down. No, no, no. The three dots.
which one? This one? Oh,
Yeah, that one. No, no, I'm wrong. It's not supposed to be that way. No, no.
so this
Search
is
for issue. Oh, okay. Yeah, relates to probably.
yeah, but relates to is something like let's say your this issue is not working and it relates to that issue. It's not a subtask, if that makes sense. Like
Ah,
there's
okay.
no
Yeah,
structure of it, but it can be caused because that thing is not working.
yeah.
So,
Right, right, right. Okay. So yeah, that wouldn't be applied. In that thing, what you did back there was probably the right thing to do.
yeah. So
Mhm.
let's add more child tasks to it.
Post board name. At the moment, I can only I want to do it step by step. So
Okay.
let's just do the board first, and then
We can
come
go ahead
back.
and document it and we can keep working on it.
Okay, cool. So post board is done. Post.
Post a note. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can do that one as well. Post and off from the front end to the back end.
What else do we have?
Uh,
Let's do all the
um,
posts.
we need to get a particular board.
Is that all the post controllers we have?
Post board post. Yes.
Okay. So let's try the get ones. Get. I think we should do get first, but it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, of course. We can only do get first. We can only do get
Oh
after
yeah,
posting it
that's
though.
really cool. That makes
So
sense.
get a board from the front end to no. Get the board from the back end to the front end,
Yeah, yeah, that's damn smart move.
and the one above that as well. Get a board from the front end. From the back end to the front end. What you is Hey, Isantu, welcome. What are you
Hey,
doing tonight?
good.
So we did a kind of a beginner's walkthrough of using Jira, and we're actually using Jira as our Scrum tool. So as in managing all the tickets, creating the features, as in essentially to be track of everything in Jira now, as you can already tell. And currently we are just working on one big task, which is making the front end talk to the back end, and we are breaking that feature into subtasks,
Yep.
as you can see.
Specific note
Get a
from
specific
the.
board from the um we won't be able to get all boards from the back end
Oh really?
because that
Then can we
isn't the
make it a
scope.
problem?
That's not the scope
Oh,
of the project.
okay. Oh yeah, that's true. That makes sense. But we do need all notes. So I'll
Yeah,
leave
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And I'll name it a specific. And I'll delete this one. What's this? All right. And what else do we have? Let's see. Get a specific note. Um,
Uh,
update
update.
specific note from the front end to the front. All right, and let's do delete functions. Delete. Code from. Just delete a board, I guess.
Uh, yeah, but I think we can implement that functionality, but as in from the front end, but that would only be allowed by the admin of the board.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So so this issue is gonna relate to hierarchy, like all the types of user which we're gonna create. So we'll make this issue relate to
Correct.
that.
Correct.
Delete.
Okay, delete that one. Delete a note.
Delete
Delete a note. Update.
code.
Yeah.
Code. Okay, let's create another issue. Implement user IR. I'm just get the spelling wrong. Yeah,
I'm just thinking about the wording of this board, as in, are these really issues or these are
these are features.
PBIs?
I think what PDIs are. Sorry.
Are these really issues? Shouldn't we change the heading of to do two issues, as in issues?
Yeah, yeah. Um, yep. Um, so I remember what we named it was backlog. That what we named
Um,
it.
so I
Delete.
think there is PBIs. No, no, no. Backlog would be the right one. Yeah, yeah. Backlog.
Right. Implement user hierarchy and let's relate the delete issues to that. Relates to and
Can you scroll down, or
I can't.
you won't let? Oh, okay,
It's V14, so that's fine.
that's interesting. Ah, here we go.
Go and the other one as well. This one is linked. Link issue and relates to SV14. All right.
Brilliant.
Um,
Okay.
implement user levels like users, I guess. Like we user types actually. Yeah. This feature will relate. Do you agree with this feature? Like, would we need it?
Hmm?
One second. I just created this issue. Sorry, this is a yep. This is a feature. Implement user types,
Mm-hmm.
and this relates to implement user hierarchy as well. I don't
Yeah.
think we have any more controllers. Um, all right. Mm, I'll go ahead and create a team in Zen as well. Oh, we already have it. We can add links as well. That's cool. Mm, just also fiddling around here for a second.
E7 is asking what is a PBI. So, E7 Twitch, PBI basically stands for product backlog item, and basically it's a list. So it would be an item, but product backlog is basically a list of is a list of new features, which can consist of any new features you wanna implement in order to get to a specific uh, outcome. It can also include changes to existing features as well, bug fixes, in infrastructure changes, you name it. Yeah. And PBI, say product backlog item, is just say one feature that would be a part of that list, which will be as an item, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that was pretty good explanation of PBI. Yeah.
Thank you.
Um, I made another field called did I say it? It's called theme assigned.
Um, what we're trying to do at the moment.
Just one second. Might work out.
Co-
Oh, well, mm, okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's not worry about that. Anyway, um, what else? What else do we have here?
Implement user types. Um, I think at the moment we should leave it at this. Why do I say that? Because when we go in each step, we will experience bugs and
Yeah,
fixes that we would have to do. So we can just come back and keep logging those bugs and things simultaneously as
100%.
well.
100%. True. Cool. We have 15 tasks to work on, not features.
Wow, pretty good. So
Yeah.
this gonna be a fun ride, I would say.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Um,
So shall we? Do you wanna cover anything else about the Jira, or shall we move on?
um, yeah, not really. We probably pretty much covered everything.
Yeah.
In like 1 hour, we spent 1 hour talking about Jira. So, um,
Yeah. True. True.
if anyone wants to know anything, just hit us up on any of the social media, and we'll try to help you out. Cool. Let's move forward then.
Perfect. So I'll just share my screen now. Okay. So if you wanna just update the ticket of learn learning Java fetch API
Yep.
in that
So,
one, actually I'll just do it really quickly. Or have you got fast access to that?
I did. I already did.
Okay, cool, perfect. So I don't need to do that. All right. So I'll I'll tell you why we wanna learn Fetch API, because this will act as a middleware, as in it would we have to use it to make synchronous HTTP requests,
Right.
which means that basically whenever we guess, as in a board name or no or anything, we want to be able to send the requests to the backend, and Fetch API will act as a middleman. So say for example, this is our front end,
Right.
this is our backend,
Mm-hmm.
and the Fetch API will come in the middle. So front end will give fetch API the information, and then the fetch API will actually pass it on to the backend, and then the
All right.
backend will actually communicate with DynamoDB.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Right.
Right. And yeah, that was my understanding of fetch API. Feel free to correct me have a, if I missed out something at all.
I haven't really worked with such APIs before. Because when
Ah,
I
okay,
was
cool.
I did stuff, it was mostly using like AppSync, or it was just a synchronous environment like AWS. So
Ah, okay, cool. Right, right. I mean, this is
yeah.
my first time also dealing with Fetch API, and I've just shared my, you can say, brand new knowledge with you.
Nice,
Mm.
cool.
So yeah, so
Can you
the
share this?
edge. Mhm.
Can you share this link with me, which you have
Yeah,
currently?
cool. I'll just share it in the chat.
All right, got it.
Okay, so the reason why we wanna, as in, okay, I've already told the reason why we wanna use Fetch API.
Yeah,
On what we are gonna be using the Fetch API, I'll just go a bit backwards to
yeah,
tell you. So, okay, so say this is the home page of the existing Scrambler.
yeah.
Or obviously the UI has to change a bit, but that's not the concern at the moment. The concern is to just work on the functionality. So
Right.
say you know how this home dog HTML is there,
Yeah.
and if
Yeah.
you do if you do test and press go, test is actually appended to the URL
Got
instead.
it. Right.
So in order for this test to go to the backend into our SAM API, we need to be able to pass it through the fetch API and then to there, which is
Okay.
our next task after this fetch API learning.
Right.
So
Get it.
we'll just go together with this in this how you can make a synchronous HTTP request. Okay, so it deals with async
Yeah.
requests.
Yeah.
The fellowship
That,
is
that's why
modern.
I said like I used to work in synchronous environments in AWS. So
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
like totally new concept as well.
True, true. Yeah. So the fellowship is modern interface that allows to make HTTP requests to servers from web browsers. Yeah, that's exactly what we want.
Yep.
If you works with XML HTTP request object, the fetch API can perform all the tasks as a XHR object does. Okay, so it works
Right.
similar to that. In addition, the Fetch API is much simpler and cleaner. It uses promise. Why did I click on that? Do you know what promises are?
It's just like kind of pushing back stuff there, or is it
I
not?
don't know, to be honest. I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
Not really. Totally new, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll we'll come back to this afterwards. So it uses promise to deliver more flexible features to make requests to servers from the web browsers. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
The fetch, actually, I don't know how long would promise be. Let's just see a really casual definition of it because I'm really curious now. I don't wanna go to a further step until I actually understand the previous ones.
Yeah, for sure. That's
So the promise object represents the eventual complete. completion or failure of an asynchronous operation. Ah, so basically what it does is it just represents the eventual completion or failure of an asynchronous operation and its resulting value.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
A JavaScript promise contains both producing code and calls to consuming code. Do you get it?
Mm, JavaScript promise object appearance eventual
I'll just
completion. Okay. So it's kind of like you know how server requests work. That okay, we got a 200, so that means that this action is completed.
yeah.
So like what I think is that once you got a promise complete, like it's kind of how TCP requests work, if that makes sense. Once you get a promise complete, then only you move forward in your process. So
Okay.
that's
Right.
what I believe right now, till what we read. But we should probably go ahead and read more.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go and read more about it because I actually want to understand it properly.
Yeah.
Okay, what is a promise? A promise is an object that may produce a single value
Yeah.
sometime in the future. Ah, may produce
Okay.
e- either a resolved value or reason that is not solved. E.g., a network error code. A promise may be one of three possible states: fulfilled, rejected, pending. Promise users can attach callbacks to handle the fulfilled value or the reason for rejection.
Right.
Promise a eager meaning. That promise will start doing whatever tasks you give it as soon as the promise constructor is involved. It needs if you need lazy. Right. From what I'm understanding, it's
Yeah.
basically when you send the server a request
Yeah.
and it's a promise, then it
Mhm.
will it will come back with a single value, which
Yeah.
can be say fulfilled, rejected, or pending, but it will
Yeah.
never come back with an anonymous thing, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what
That's
I thought.
right, right. Yeah, that's what I'm understanding so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Makes
Let's move on. Cool. So the fetch method is available in the global scope that instructs web browser to send a request to a URL. Okay, cool. So essentially, we'll be using this fetch method and then inputting our
Yeah.
API URL there.
Yeah. Then just 1 second. I'll get some water.
Cool. The fetch requires only one parameter. So it's saying that the fetch requires only one parameter, which is the URL of the resource that you want to fetch. Okay, cool. That makes sense. The fetch method returns a promise, so you can use then and catch methods to handle it. Right, right, right. Okay, handles the response and then handles the error. So then handles the response and then handles the error. When the request completes, the resource is available. Okay, yeah, obviously because it's complete at this time, the promise will resolve into a response object. Okay, so essentially we're saying that when the request completes the promise, which is the single value that is got, it will it will be into a response object basically. Um, the response object is the API wrapper for the fetch resource. The response object has the number for useful properties and methods to inspect the call to response. Reading the response. If the contents of the response are in raw context where you can use text method return the prompt or okay, so this is that one, but we don't wanna fetch, we wanna post. Handling the status code. Okay, go down. Let's go down. JavaScript API example. We want to do a post. Declare get users. Okay, that's fine. We don't want to get. We want to render users, then develop. Okay. Summary. Post. Okay, cool. So it's not there. What I'm gonna do is post with fetch API.
Yeah, and that.
Right. Yeah, okay. I've actually gone through a bit.
Can you hear me?
All right, but this is only talking about fetching.
Okay.
In short, getting. We don't want to do that. We
Yeah.
want to post it, isn't it?
Right. Yeah.
So what we can probably do is post with fetch API and check this one out. Fetch API tutorial with fetch post and header, which is
Right.
exactly what we need to do.
Yeah. That's true.
So crash course on REST API. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what our API is.
Yeah.
When a recipe simply put as you push all the data, simply pull that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's easy. Get post delete
Mm-hmm.
request. This is the data you send to the API, like an order ID to fetch. Okay, that's all the getting responses. We need headers.
Yeah.
Okay, we might come back to this one afterwards.
Right.
Hey, before Jason to go, okay, the function grown. Okay, success. This get. We don't need get. We need
Yeah.
post. Fetch API. Handle. Then response convert to JSON. This is still getting the get working with headers.
Yeah.
Passing data to a post request. Okay,
Let's
this
see.
is our beast here.
Yeah. So we got the URL. Um, we know that it's a okay. So title and body and ID, right? So right. So
Yeah,
for us, the title would be the name of the board which the person gives, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Which is
And
in the URL.
yeah, and the body is. I don't think initially we have a body for the board, at least,
Right.
and we
Post.
can go back there, and we have a board ID. So um,
Think we probably have to make a method first,
right,
isn't it?
yeah,
So we do have this.
yeah,
Just wanna console.log and check where the board IDs actually come in.
yeah. So that
Inspect. console. No way. No, don't need you.
Yep.
Okay, so I will go. I think what I have to do is console.log here somewhere. Windows.log. This is index.html. So probably do this.
Yeah.
Console.log
That.
and then
Can
local
we,
storage get item.
okay, we can do that.
Okay, let's see if this does it. This. Okay. So HTTP 1234 8000. It should bring it up.
Yep.
Okay, test. Why is this coming up as test already?
Because you already are in the board, so.
No, I'm not in the board already.
But you, when you enter
Okay,
the board
cool.
first.
Okay,
Oh, right. Okay. No, that makes sense.
I forgot to specify the
Yeah.
home page. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm getting the board ID there. Not the board ID, the board names. Sorry,
Board
my
name.
bad.
Yeah.
Thinking of that, we might need to change our
Change what?
database design a bit to include the board name
Oh,
because at the moment we've
that's
only
true.
got the board ID.
But that shouldn't be a big problem, though,
No,
because that's
it
a
wouldn't.
non-functional element.
Yeah, true. Okay, let's do this. Test and go. I should see a board name here. Okay, perfect. So that does come up. So all we need to do is
Yep.
implement the JavaScript code. You know what I'm gonna do? This is really, really too much things going on here. What I'm gonna do is create a separate file.
Yep.
The good old C sharp.
Yeah, that's true.
um, middleware. JS. Actually, I'll do. Yeah, middleware should be
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
Okay, and I will. Where's my index? I'm gonna do all this code because I don't like including JavaScript as in the
Yeah, inside it. I get what you mean.
things inside HTML. Just
Yeah.
can't stand it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know how people do that, but
Hmm. Okay, cool. So this is a script type JavaScript. Cool. What did we do wrong here? Did we do anything wrong? Because I can't script.js. Because it's not showing in the colors.
yeah.
What did I do wrong here?
That looks
Interesting.
fine.
Type
Wait,
JavaScript.
um, type JavaScript and yeah,
Actually,
that looks
let me
fine.
just Google this
Can you just
straight up.
wait? That looks fine to me.
Yeah, but actually, I might have to import that as well. Yeah, I'll probably have to import it.
Import what?
import JavaScript that file in this HTML page.
Oh,
So
right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But it's already included. Wait, you didn't end.
no, it's not. So in order JavaScript to work in this file, I need to import this file in this page, as in the actual HTML page.
Aren't they in the same folders?
Yes, they are in the same
Yeah. So
folders,
you
but how would hmm?
kind of write script src, like how it's written on the top ones,
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
and middleware.js.
Yeah.
Right.
So now what I can do is get rid of all this code.
Yep. And just end that. Yeah. Yeah. For consistency purposes, in the same line. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And I just want to try this and see if it still works.
Yeah.
We don't need even this.
Yeah. We don't.
Because how he has done it. Ah, okay, cool. I know what's the problem. This is the problem.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, I'll just check if this change works.
Yep. That's true. Should probably work.
It's always good to keep checking, as in testing after
That.
small changes.
Yeah.
Ah, missed it. HTML, and I should still get the console saying the log
Yep.
here
Yep.
saying
The board name.
test.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That is.
Perfect, that works. On core error script.js. Ah, IO is not defined code, so I'm not gonna be using this one for now because we don't have anything to do with script.js at the moment.
Yeah.
Comment that one out. Okay, cool. So all our JS code can come here now.
Yep. That's true. That'll be easy.
Um, so I think I think it would be function host board name,
Right. Yep.
and where was that? Right, fetch. No, not that one.
So we define data first,
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure data is a keyword here. Uh,
yeah, because they've got
yeah. The
underscore here, is it?
Yeah, or I could be wrong, but yeah,
Let's
we'll
just
just
try this.
the data.
Data equals.
Yeah.
So let's just see. This is where we need to make some change in the database now. Hang on, I'm just trying to think
Yeah.
how we will do it.
Hmm.
Can you possibly add a task
I can.
in Jira saying, as in a subtask of posting a board name, as in change the DB design
Okay.
to get to actually include the board name as well.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll link that issue to.
Board
Um,
post board name board ID. So that can be 1, 2, 3. I don't really care at the moment. I just want this to work.
Yep.
Um, I think the name would be in the body,
Yes, that's right.
isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
body. And this would come from local board name.
Just 1 second, then I will be back.
Cool. All right, that one's there, and then user ID one. We don't really need the user ID. Cool. So that one's there, and then we do fetch, and we need to give our API name, which I will get from this. So board, yeah, that's the URL. So I'll give it here. Board is that. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is that's the board, and never use. I will use it. Don't worry. And I'm gonna use method post. Body will be in JSON dot stringify, and then that would be on data, and then headers. I need the headers. Would be content content type application. Actually, I'm gonna do this. Content type application dot JSON parset UTF dot 8. Is this the content type? Yeah, it must be the content type. Ah, no. Content type application dot JSON. Let's try this one as well. Okay, and then once this is done, I need to do this header. Uh-huh. Methods, headers. Yeah, that's fine. Then this one comes, yeah, headers. Then fetch API is done. Then what I want to do is do then this will handle our response. Then response so then in this one our response will be handled, which will be in JSON. Okay, and then we're gonna console.log JSON there, the object that we receive, console.log JSON, and then what's gonna happen is catch, but if anything goes wrong, then we're gonna cache the error and then console.log it. Alright. Cool, but why is it giving me these errors now? Any declaration all expected. So where did I mess up? Where did I mess up? Where did I mess up? That
One second,
one's
you probably can't hear me.
I can.
I can. Sorry, I had to use the facilities. Cool.
That's all
That's all right. All right.
right. I've just coded this bit here,
Right. How's it going?
and I'm actually getting few rest quickly lines.
Okay, so we have data, board ID, which we will no need to worry about. We need to get that.
I
Um,
found the problem. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I found the problem. That wasn't it. Why is this not? Actually, I need. Ah,
yeah.
okay. There is X before response. What's this for then? That one is closing there, that one's closing there, that one's there, that one's there, that one's there. Then catch, declaration respected.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I was trying to speak.
No problemo.
So what are we trying to
So
do?
copy and paste this and see if it still gives me the error. Yeah, it still gives me the error. So basically what we're trying to do here
Mhm.
is, hang on, is we have this object that we want to post, and then we are getting the API URL,
Yeah.
okay, and then we are simply uh, telling it it's a method post, and JSON stringifying the body,
Yeah. Fair
and
enough.
then including the headers as well,
Right.
and then handling the response, the JSON object, and then just console logging the JSON object. And then if it fails, then we want to be able to
Control of that error.
catch it and console log the error. But I've got this, I don't know why it's saying that. That one is fine. That
Hmm.
one, no, that one's fine as well. Um, Actually, I want to change all these to single ones.
That's interesting. Um, Wait a minute.
So that's our that, and this is our this one. No, no.
Maybe try running it. Looks fine.
Okay, that's a good idea. I'll just run it and see how it goes.
I'll go ahead and edit the video today. Um,
Yes, please. That'd be that'd be great.
yeah, surely.
Okay,
All right.
let's see if it does the trick.
Yeah.
Unexpected token. Middleware dot. Is this what it's moaning about? Try. Think we might have something conflicting here. Why has it got print data to console promoted data and catch errors? Why?
Hmm.
Um,
Oh. Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was a problem because in here he's got that, but I don't know why he's got that. But here
There
he
should
doesn't.
be, there should have been semicolons. But there's not. Oh.
No.
Um, let's see if any other site has to say something else, I guess.
I'll do post
Yeah, just post method
fetch
in fetch.
post.js. Body parser. That's not what we are looking for.
Not this one.
No. Fetch API post.
Um, there's one on stack abuse. If you wanna see.
That's a funny name to be honest.
Hmm. Yeah.
Stack of views. Ah, it's here. Post example. Yeah, why does he have two of the thens? That doesn't make sense.
Interesting. Just remove one then for now and see where we got, or
This.
yeah, or we can do that.
Ah, yeah. I should
Noise.
I should
There's one
comment that
warning.
block. That's fine. I don't really care about the warnings at the moment, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Expected open bracket before
No, that's
response.
fine. All the brackets are fine. So
Hmm.
this is being human on.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna run this and see what happens.
Yeah. All right.
Go. Give me some magic. Test. So it's just printing that one up.
Hmm.
Just printing that one, but it's not coming in the function.
Are we even calling this function anywhere? We have to call this function.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Yes, you have to call the function somewhere.
Oh,
So
whoa.
when there's button click, just call this function, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. Go, 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 go. it's not in there. It's supposed to be in
Isn't this?
home.html.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Home.html.
Hmm.
So set this is go. So what I'm gonna do now is call that function.
Hmm.
Why?
But then you
I
have
don't
to
know.
include it in this file. So,
Yes, I'm gonna do that because I don't. To be honest, this is not my way of doing things at all
hmm,
whatsoever.
I get
So
what
what
you
I'm
mean.
gonna probably do is I just can't stand it, man. So I'm gonna muck around a bit with it.
So this is the code which your mates wrote, or this is the official code?
Um, I don't want to blame anyone at all, so I'm not even gonna just. I'll
Okay.
just
Yeah,
I'll
we
just
can discuss it
fix it
afterwards.
because I don't really know who did it, and I don't want to name people here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll just do that one, and then create a function here. Function go return false, and then that's the function that one. Okay, cool. So now all I can do is call these functions over there. Where was it? Home. No. Why do I even have to call? Do I have to
Wait,
call
what?
that function? No.
Yeah, you have
Actually,
to. Yeah, I sort of see that. You probably needed that, but
this one,
yeah.
middleware.
All right.
Okay. And um, in the go button, where our
Mhm.
go button is, we need to return go. So we probably have to put everything in one because it's just having one.
Yeah, fair enough. We can do that. So you can call multiple functions on click, but make sure to call the go function first.
Okay. How do we do that?
I think you just write them in comma. 1 second.
Oh, okay. Cool. I
Um,
didn't know that.
calling multiple.
Go
Um,
and post board name.
so again, I'll go ahead and confirm it. Sorry, you write it separated by semicolons.
Ah, okay. Oh, so in that way?
Semicolon, semicolon. And after post board name as well, semicolon. Yep, that
Okay,
should.
cool. Brilliant. So let's see if this works.
Yep.
Um, go
This doesn't work.
and
We could probably call it a night today.
yeah. Oh, it's 11:30 already.
Yep.
To be honest, it's been productive.
Yeah, no, I mean, we almost wrote a whole function which we just
Yeah,
started doing. So, and if it
exactly.
works, it'll be really good. I think it'll work.
Hopefully. What am I doing? HTML. Come on, come on, work for us. Please, I'm asking you nicely.
All right.
It didn't give us any console logs or anything. Full message not found.
File not found.
It didn't give us
Mm,
anything.
but
Did
we
he
got a
not?
file.
Hmm?
No, no, go ahead. Do that. Yeah, that's good.
So log in board name and do the same here. Just want to check if it's even coming in there.
Hmm.
Oh,
All right. I have a feeling that it's not able to access the
Probably.
middleware.js. So
I think
wait,
so.
wait,
So
Zen. Can you go back on home.html?
the HTML, right?
Where did you declare this thing, middleware.js?
Here.
You didn't write type. Um,
Is that really the problem?
yeah. So type equal to text um, front
JavaScript
slash
text.
JavaScript. Oh no, text comes first, I guess. I don't know. I haven't done that way. So maybe I don't know. Sorry.
Sorry, I don't need
Right.
to be sorry. JavaScript. Okay, cool. We can try that one as well.
Yeah.
What's this? Okay. I think that must have been the problem.
Yep. Yes, we'll see.
What?
Um, home. Well,
I'm typing. Ah, actually, let's do hard refresh. Of course, because it's not there.
yep. It's never there.
Why is he always coming back with? Actually, that's not our issue. I'll just go and do this.
Okay, let's leave it for today, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, that's all.
Cool.
But it's very productive, though. I like
Yeah,
it.
no, for sure.
That's
I'll
brilliant.
keep
Mhm.
that ticket in testing only for now.
Yeah,
That's
and probably remove do the fetch API as probably done, as in that's
yeah,
gonna be the process, as in we go
yeah,
back and forth.
yeah, no, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no point keeping it. So
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Anyway,
true.
thanks guys, thanks for joining in today. And thanks Zen for having me.
And
Let's meet
thanks
up.
for thanks a
Okay.
lot for turning up, and thanks the views as well. It's been incredible fun. It was a productive session. We'll
100%.
see you guys tomorrow night, same time and same duration of the session, which is 2 hours. So stay tuned to watch us code and how we do this incredibly fun stuff online.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have a good night. Um, Good night, Kartik.
Yeah. Good night.